Greetings everyone and welcome back to episode 4, I think it is 4 for this game, and hope you're all enjoying. I'll add this into my playlist, it'll be in the top right. Hope you're doing well and we'll continue the story as we go on. In the last part we left off in the library with Vector and SBO, so we're going to continue off before we find clues. It's a tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this tales. Absolutely. Let's look for a clue first. I'll get the books next. Oh, brochures. They are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh. Look at this. There's a couple maps here. Oh, maps out the whole car, it seems. This seems to be a map of the library card. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I like a good overhead map. Let's take it. Wait, I wonder if what if Rouge was looking for something that wasn't here, but the book she probably took with her? Just throwing that out there. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll leave it alone. Nah, leave it. Yeah, that's fair. Nobody shared my fondness for caves. Man, our character's really an oddball. So many books on the ground. I wish I had time to pick them all up. Sadly, I have no interest in picking up these books. All of these were knocked down when the train was speeding up. But Roos pulled a lot of these out, searching for something. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, it's just very suspicious. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing, they're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Bookshelf here. Wow, I wish we could stop and look at all these books, but Sonic needs no time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. I mean, a little peek won't hurt. He's scavenging through book titles silently. It's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is alphabetically ordered, but this one. You use a guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. She thinks someone found it on the ground and put it back. Maybe, but it's interesting. Let's make a note of this. Who would use the map and who was here? Only Shadow and Rouge came through. Interesting. A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I would love to visit some of the other countries. No fun, honestly. Plenty of people and shops, and the foods can't be beat either. Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you ever been there. I have actually. If you're ever sitting, be sure to stop by the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area. Makes one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. This group knows everyone has been everywhere, haven't they? So this is main timeline, but this isn't a canon game, I know that. But it's interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna look for everything else that we're gonna have to look at. Let's get the trash can again, as always. And as usual, usual catchphrase. Are you sad that there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. Really think so? Oh yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. One of these will have something in it. Yeah, okay, these trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. They're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Alright. I don't think the poster's gonna have anything, but we can look at it. Hang in there, poster. Oh, we need to see this. The little child hanging there, refusing to use its wings to fly. Wait, that makes no sense. Oh. There was no way there was that much put into that poster. Right? Could lead to a clue, maybe. Now let's take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are comfy. Puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. So for now, don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap. Nap time. Interesting. Sats the hand and then asks the two. Poor thing, that arm is really struggling to clean up the car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Alright, let's ask SBO and then Vector. Fancy a poem? Yeah, let's ask him about the trains. Thanks. That's just really liked it. Huh? I don't think I have really anything to interrogate him with. Oh, my talent is waste. I didn't read that part. Sorry about that. Huh. That's cool. I didn't even... That is really cool. Anything else that's out of place? I want to make sure. Nope. Oh, yeah, he's right there. Professor Pickle. Alright, let's ask him. Did you bring me any meat to chop? Maybe a butcher, but this confiscated my meat flavor before getting on the train. You had to try to bring a knife on the train. I'm made of authenticity tales. Without a knife, I'm just a chef and a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. I think if you had a knife on you, we would definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hide the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line though. Can I take your word? Yes, please. Oh, okay. And here I thought I could trust you. You've made a fool of me. Except you made him a fool. Let's sort of smooth this over. Yeah. I smooth things over, but at what cost? Interesting. So we have to interrogate them now? I guess we can interrogate them. Space. What caused you to drop the vase? Don't read it too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? Very well. Alright, let's talk to him. So I have to interrogate them at this point. I'll do SBO first. I don't think we have enough clues evidence yet. But I'm gonna look around for a bit more first. What more can I find? Barry looked at everything. Well, yeah, I remember this line. But what can I find? I'm a little stumped here. Let's ask Vector then. Where can I look? Oh, then Shao left the library, locked the door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason why he's doing this. Should make a note of it. Yeah, I do believe we should. Okay. I guess that's what I just needed, was that. Let's start with Vector. So two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust you either, but I want to be proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. We're just here to confirm the two things. Why Vector left to go and play games with Knuckles and if Espio really was reading the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We prepared to present evidence and... Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertained in chaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remember the arcade machine and the saloon car, so I figured I'll check it out. Okay, seems correct so far. Then that brings up attention to you, Espio. We just entered this car, found something, and left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were here? Of course he was. Well, he hasn't answered. Once Espio started reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. Must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio doesn't owe you that. The man lives. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? We won't talk. I have a hunch on what that book might be. Alright. What was the book he was reading? It was this one. The Train. A manual. You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly to support this? Think time. Should I do this in one go, please? Surprised I didn't mess up this time compared to the other one. There are books scattered around on the floor for sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except for this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked up the manual and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normal like you, Espio. Hey now, I want you insulting my pal. Like, calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle this myself. Apologies. Butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading. The manual. Chains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual, if you don't mind. Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, quiz Espio Betimo. Prove he was reading. Which page should I quiz him on? Just the odd number. An officially extreme accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless. Robotic arms. During the events, they can perform a variety of tasks, are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. When a conductor saying a train can clean itself. Though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The arms also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like SBO aced that question. Him with another one. $89. Interesting. What's the cancellation policy? No refunds and you will be charged a no-show fee. This doesn't apply if you are over the age of 65. Person made the rules must have been over the age of 65. Last one. Let's see if SBI can get 3 for 3. Please be a good one. Was implement support the conductor's duties and cease general train obligations and intellect data process systems. It works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it accesses the full suite of capabilities without the conductor's present. My dad passed your load test. Yes. So how you were able to retain all this information so quickly. The poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'll be bragging about that. You clearly read the manual. Those answers feel too specific to be guesses. You both had nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all the questions so calmly. That's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautions, attitudes. Vector was only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Well, she definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can't. That's true, that is true. Vector was the only one to see you reading. Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can't be true, and we have evidence to back it up. I think it's the lock. Is it the lock? Shadow's lock? Please pray tell what this has to do with anything. Let's get our argument together. Alright, 50 this time. Shouldn't be that hard. As I just mess up. I jumped a little too early. That was bad. That was my bad. Okay, just barely passed it. Should I walk through this car to get to the saloon where he set the original high score on the arcade machine? Yeah, but ended up beating it. Wasn't a high score for long. Crush are natural gamers. SPO said he saw Shadow enter the library card, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon, SPO was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. And now Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and SPO didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up. Well, you see, I can sense SPO's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning on a saloon to lock all the doors, then at what moment were you really in the library car at all? But how would SPO leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw SPO in the saloon car. It's a mystery. One that I would love SPO to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was involved with my book. I didn't notice Shadow pass by through the library. Honest. When Vector returned, he had to tap me on my shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing it. That doesn't sound right. I must avenge my friend, so I'll ask you again, SPO. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library? How did you leave the library car? I didn't. That doesn't seem right to me. Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Is SPO simply sitting reading, or did someone vanish to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? Oh, this is really tough. So I don't want to mess up the mission. Because he does have a point. I'm gonna stick with tails for now. Matter of fact. But then you don't want to push out and say someone's this, so let's save. Let's do a different save for now. I will join Tails for now. No, can't interrupt Tails while he's onto something. Let him continue this line of questioning in. Right, please protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the losses will be torturous. Don't allow such an old, feeble soul to get sued. Yeah. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails. I have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio can have seen one another? It could be the library map. Yeah, let's try the library. Alright, let's get my thoughts in order. I might have picked the right one. Hopefully. I don't know, it just seems like this one makes sense to me. Okay. I thought I had to get 60, but library map. Yeah, I think he was probably sitting in an area he didn't see him. See the exits, they're right across from one another, a straight path. Alright. If Shadow walked down a straight path, there's no way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you have a point out where exactly the map you mean. Where could have Espio's could have been for Shadow not to see him? Interesting, that's where I was sitting reading my book. A second this, when I returned to the saloon, Espio was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from this spot, because the bookcase is in the way. No way Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return. There's just no way you could have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Well, it isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all your questions. We did it. Another pair of alibis validated. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems a door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through here. Then it's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give him hack, and if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. I'll keep my poetry short for the both of you. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, Silver, let's see what's next. You sure you don't want to stay and look at all the great books any longer? The mystery calls. The investigation continues. That's a pretty cool chow right there. The casino car. Well, alright. I'll catch you guys next time on the next part
I think we're getting pretty close to the end. I don't know for sure, but we're getting pretty far up the train. I don't know if it's going to be like a back and forth thing. Hope not. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you all guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you want to see this continue, and I'll try to do more of stuff like this maybe. And see you next time.